as the greatest month in racing, May is Indianapolis. And that's exactly what the 5th month of 2016 has been for drivers on the Mazda road to Indy. From the Grand Prix circuit at IMS to here at Lucas Oil Raceway, the month of May has kept everyone on the road to Indy very busy. Here in our Part 2 episode of our second trip to the Circle City, we're going to check in with our USF2000 and Pro Mazda drivers as they take to their first oval of the 2016 season. Drivers in the Cooper Tires USF2000 Championship, powered by a Mazda, and racers in the Pro Mazda Championship, presented by Cooper Tires, are taking to the oval for the first time this season as they visit the Lucas Oil Raceway here in Brownsburg, Indiana. The 2015 winner in USF2000, Jake Edson, has moved up to Pro Mazda, looking to go after his second victory in as many years. Unfortunately, reigning Pro Mazda race winner Wei Rontan has suspended his 2016 season due to unforeseen circumstances. The question is, will his Team Pelfrey teammate, Pato O'Ward, be able to continue his amazing run here in 2016 on the oval? It's a beautiful night here in Speedway, Indiana, but it's always going to be a beautiful night when you got a few beers to drink. I'm with USF2000 driver Luke Gabin, and we're on the production floor of Daredevil Brewing Company here on Main Street in Speedway, Indiana. We're kicking back, having a few drinks. It's the night before the 500. When you're not racing and you're not trying to do everything you can as a driver, what are you normally doing? I know weekends off are rare, but what are we going to catch Luke Gabin doing on an off weekend?
Well, I live in St. Pete, so I'm usually hanging out down there, having a drink with a couple mates, and you know, my life sort of revolves around motorsport, but you know, I like to do things like mountain biking, playing soccer, you know, going for a run, and you know, just general sort of things.
So you reside in St. Petersburg, Florida, but you're from Australia originally?
Yep.
Now, I've heard a lot of rumors about the country of Australia. I heard it used to be a jail. The whole thing used to be a jail.
Maybe.
And I've heard that the toilets flush backwards down there.
Yeah, that's a little weird, you know. Like, yeah. I come here and I see the toilets flush the opposite direction, and I just can't trust them.
You shouldn't trust them. I agree with you. And what's the deal with kangaroos down there? Are they as big of a problem as Hollywood makes them out to be?
I mean, it's hard. We ride them to school, and the traffic it's horrible, you know, it's horrible.
So we have Uber here in the States. You guys have like Hop?
That's it, yeah. We call them up and they come to our door. You know, when we're drunk, we hop in their pouch and they're taking us away.
Your guys' fashion is also quite interesting. I think you know where I'm going with this. You gotta pick that ankle up and show the camera. Get that thing up there, because tell me, what is that?
That's, you know, that's just a bold statement for Australia right there, you know. We love to be a little bit out there.
That's a lot out there, mate. That's a lot out there. I'm seeing so much ankle. I don't like to see that much ankle when I'm wearing shorts.
I think everyone loves to see a bit of skin.
So back on track, we'll talk a little bit more about racing. I know I said we were done. USF2000, big field of drivers. There's a lot of close racing. You guys have been known to sometimes
bang wheels.
Bang wheels. Let's call that.
Yeah.
Who's the one driver in the USF2000 series that you'd like to bang wheels with and maybe see them?
Well, I think there's one obvious answer, and it's Parker.
Oh!
Points leader, you know, a great driver, and hasn't made a mistake much so far, but I want to be banging wheels with him for the lead. So, yeah, I mean, he's part of the community, you know, he's part of the Queen sort of undertaking, but, you know, I got to give him hell on the track.
You heard it here, folks. Luke Gabin's looking to bang wheels with Parker Thompson in a totally PG way, of course.
Oh, maybe a bit MA. R-rated. Oh, no.
No. We're not talking R-rated anything here.
No, definitely PG then.
So, if you had the chance to maybe switch roles for a day with a celebrity?
Obviously Kanye West. An idol, the greatest man living.
Kanye West, Luke Gabin.
Yeah.
That's who you'd trade places with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan, and I think, you know, he'd be great to teach me some ways.
Okay, so obviously I'm going to ask you to do this, and you have to do it. You have to. You're legally bound by contract to do this. Next part. You want to trade places with Kanye West. I need to hear a few Kanye West lyrics right now. Hit me with something. Hit me, Luke. You got to hit me with something.
This is hard. You're putting me on the spot.
I understand that, but we're not leaving this interview until you hit me with some Kanye West lyrics right now. The 500 is tomorrow, and I don't mind sitting here and hearing the cards. I need to hear some rapping out of you.
I don't know any lyrics right now. My name's Luke Gabin. I'm about to win USF2000. I'm going in hard with JAY Motorsports. We're about to win this goddamn championship. It wasn't Kanye, but it's still good.
That was awesome. That was fire, as the kids say.
Yeah, I was pretty lit.
That was lit. Luke Gabin keeping it lit here on the Mazda Road to Indy. Luke, you're keeping it lit, and I appreciate that. Thank you for the time. Let's enjoy these drinks, and cheers to Gabin keeping it lit. What would it be like to live down the street from the most historic racetrack in the world, to have the Brickyard in your backyard? We're here in Speedway, Indiana, a small suburb of Indianapolis, and home to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're on Main Street, which runs just south of the historic track. We're going to catch up with a few locals, meet a few tourists, and find out what they love so much about this small town. So as the festivities before the 100th Indianapolis 500 continue, you never know who you're going to run into here in Speedway, Indiana on Main Street. We bumped into team owner Augie Pabst and a couple of his drivers. Augie, what are you guys doing? Just enjoying the day, it looks like.
Here we are. We're just strolling around. We thought we'd take a look at Dallara.
Jordan Lloyd, race winner in USF2000 this year. How's the weekend going, enjoying the Indianapolis 500?
Yeah, no, it's good. You know, the atmosphere that's around this time of year is obviously amazing. So, yeah, really soaking it in.
And former Pabst racing driver Luca Forgeois. Luca, how's everything going this afternoon?
All's well. I'm spending time with the Paps, so couldn't be better.
Jordan, coming overseas from Australia where you live, seen a festival this big dedicated to just one race. What's this like?
It's definitely something different, you know. Obviously, we have our one races over there that are like this, but definitely doesn't attract the crowd as much as this does. But you know, the whole area, the whole city, you know, Indianapolis is all geared up for it, so it's good.
Lucas, same for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, someday, right? This is what we all dream about, the greatest race in the world.
And Augie, we're down here on Main Street in Speedway. There's a lot of cool things to do here on Main Street. You're walking with your family and your drivers. What have you been doing to take in the weekend here?
Well, we just finished some crepes at the one of the pancake houses down the street.
That sounds international.
Yeah. Well, you know, we have Forgeois here with us, so I think that's a French deal, right?
So the town of Speedway, Indiana sure is fun to visit, but what's it like to live here?
Well, Tony, the town of Speedway, Indiana is a pretty magical place. You know, a lot of people think that you only come to Speedway, Indiana to come to a racetrack. However, if you look at the signs here on Main Street, it says it very proudly that it's more than just a day in May. There's something for everybody, whether it's an adult night out or you have the kids with you. There's always fun festivals going on. If you want breakfast, we're going to hit Charlie Brown's. Dinner time, we have Dawson's on Main. You've got barbecue and bourbon. You have the Daredevil Brewery. You got the new Big Woods Brewery. Of course, the Foyt Wine Vault. It's a beautiful place if you're in the racing world.
So you guys made the drive all the way from Pennsylvania. You've been a part of the great festival leading up to the 500, including some great Mazda Road to Indy racing.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. We've seen the Indy Lights race at the Speedway, and then saw the Pro Mazda and the USF2000 races at Raceway Park last night, and it's been a lot of fun.
Mazda Road to Indy, pretty solid racing, fun to watch.
Fantastic racing. It's especially cool coming back year after year and always seeing the kids that you saw in USF2000 the year before, now in Pro Mazda, now in Lights, and then you see kids like Spencer Piggott who have been in the road the entire way up, now making, you know, a run at the 500.
You guys come here year after year. Main Street and Speedway certainly has evolved over the years. I think you'd both agree. What's some of the things you guys really like to do and enjoy to do when you're down here on Main Street?
I am a huge fan of craft beer and coffee and karting and race car engineering. So if you walk down Main Street right now, you kind of check off every box of things that I love, and I'm a huge fan of the town right now.
The Mazda Road to Indy is not only designed to develop young open-wheel drivers, but it's designed to challenge young open-wheel drivers. For Pro Mazda and USF2000 drivers, this is their first trip to an oval track in 2016. And for a select few, it's their first time to an oval ever. A driver's first trip to an oval can sometimes leave him feeling dizzy. Jordan Lloyd says that's not the case, at least quite yet.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely something different coming to an oval and turning left all the time, but yeah, it's definitely fun.
What's been the biggest challenge that you've had to face as a driver preparing yourself to run on an oval?
For myself, I think, you know, being smooth, transition on throttle, and obviously steering as well is one of the biggest things to get your head around.
Lucas Oil, are we going to see a correlation there?
Yeah, I hope so. First time in an oval, everything new, but we're doing our best, trying to set up the car and learning all the feelings and get a good result out.
A driver's first time on an oval can be an eye-opening experience. Sometimes it can make them want to close their eyes. But Robert McGinnis, that's not the case for you.
This is my first time on an oval. I'm loving it. It's just full speed pretty much the whole time, and It's so fast. It's like connecting the two highest speed, sketchiest corners on any track and putting little straights in between, then you get to do it again and again and again and again.
Jake Parsons, your first time on an oval. How's it going so far?
Yeah, it's my first time here. It's a new experience. I think it suits my driving style a little bit, a lot of like feel and patience required. But I think we've been going really well. The first session of practice, we're fighting for the top spot already. So I think the preparation we've done has been really good, and the Junkos guys have, really given a good car for us. So, so far so good. Hopefully we can finish off strong.
Following the Freedom 100 at IMS, the road to Indy took to the short track at Lucas Oil Raceway. First up was USF2000's Freedom 75. And all JAY Motorsports front row set the stage for an epic battle between teammates Parker Thompson and Anthony Martin. Thompson led the first 60 laps, but after getting caught up by lap traffic late in the race, he had to see his teammate Anthony Martin pass him on the inside for the lead and eventual race win. Rounding out the podium was another impressive run by Arms Up Motorsports driver Victor Franzoni. The Pro Mazda Freedom 90 was another clean and green race all the way to the end. Team Pelfrey driver Otto Award proved that he's a threat to win wherever the Mazda road to Indy takes him. The point leader collected his 6th win of 7 races as he kept Junkos racing drivers Gerd Grist and Nico DePero, who is competing in his first oval race ever, behind for 2nd and 3rd. The month of May is over, and with it we say goodbye to some of the best on-track action we've seen all year in the Mazda road to Indy. But sadly, all good things must come to an end, just like my 6 years of high school. For everybody on the road to Indy, I'm Tony Laporta. We'll see you down the road.